Welcome, racing fan, to the Racing Podcast. Oh, Kyle. Today's show 52616. This is Manny Alberta. Thank you for tuning in. NASCAR in Charlotte last weekend and this weekend. Well, it was supposed to be Friday night racing for the trucks. Turned out to be a Saturday matinee. We talked about last weekend's North Carolina Education Lottery 200. Matt Crafton was the winner here, and it was a really good race. He really there was a whole ton of racing on Saturday, which started at 11 o'clock with the sprint showdown, and then the truck race, and then later on you had the All-Star race, which went past midnight, which was pretty cool. Matt Crafton was the winner of the last Saturday's truck race, and the 88 Toyota, he led 47 laps and started in 17th place. Kyle Busch, he started in second place in the 18 Toyota. He led 27 laps, dropped 1 point, started in 5th place. And then Johnny Sauter in the 21 Chevy, he led 1 lap, gained 3 points. He started in 4th. Matt Crafton with the most laps led that on Saturday, the 2016 All-Star race. Joey Logano, the winner, and also the winner of the $1 million, and the 22 Ford, who led 12 laps. Burt Keselowski finished second in number 2 Ford. He led 39 laps, started 6th. Burt Keselowski, the most laps led on Saturday. Dale Jr., he came in 3rd. Started 10th in the 88 Chevy. And of course, Exaggerator wins the 121st Preakness on Saturday. So we'll go right into the All-Star race. Now, the showdown was actually pretty fun. And the crazy part was the end of the 10-lap shootout. And you had some crazy racing between Kyle Larson in the 42 and Chase Elliott in the 24. That was some good racing. A little bump and run to the finish line, and it was pretty fun to watch, actually. And again, now the showdown was I believe it was like 20 and 20, and then 10 laps altogether. The All-Star race was 50, 50, and 13, and qualifying was canceled due to the rain, so they went by owner points. The pole sitter was Kevin Harvick. Joe Gibbs gave the invocation, which was cool. Kevin Harvick, the pole sitter, number 4 Chevy. Starting in second was Kyle Busch. Starting third, Kurt Busch. So you had the 4, the 18, and the 41, a Toyota Chevy, top 3. Now, the start of the race was delayed due to rain. Although the rain did stop, and they did do some track drying, and in fact they were drying the track while the pre-race ceremonies were going on. And so 20 drivers, okay, it was Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, Carl Edwards, Jimmy Johnson, Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Truex Jr., Dale Jr., Matt Kenseth, Denny Hamlin, Jay McMurray, Ryan Newman, Trevor Bayne, Casey Kane, Tony Stewart, Kyle Larson, and Danica Patrick. Also, Greg Biffle. Greg Biffle started 20th, and those were the 20 drivers in the Sprint Cup race on Saturday. Kyle Busch, it's funny I put the 18 car on there, but that's actually a correction. He was in the 75 car on Saturday because I think it was like the 75th anniversary of I don't know if it was Mars or M&M's, but it was someone's 75th anniversary. So they put the 75 on Kyle Busch's machine on Saturday. And it was 2 segments, 50 laps each. Okay, segment 3 was a 13-lap shootout. Winner, $1 million. Now, the issue was on Saturday that there was a lot of confusion. And might as well get right to it. And that was the issue with the green flag pit stops. And if you was watching on Saturday, Matt Kenseth got popped, and they put him a lap down. Apparently, so here it goes. There was mandatory green flag pit stops. There was actually a window in which the green flag pit stops had to be done for each segment. And what happened was, and Matt Kenseth came into pit when the caution came out. Before the ending of the first segment. And so he came in the pit, and that's how he got penalized. There was also an issue with tires too, which was a little confusing. Um, but some late night action at Charlotte on Saturday night, and the green flag drops finally at 10:11 Eastern Time. Harvick, Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch in front. Kyle Busch takes the lead quickly. Harvick down to second. Is a back and forth between the 75 and the 4. Kyle Busch does take the lead going into lap 2, so now they have the 75, the 4, and the 19 top 3 at lap 3. The Bushes, Busch, Harvick, Carl Edwards, the 4 and 75 battling for that lead. Harvick does take the lead back at lap 6. Lap 8, he has a 1.2 second lead over now second place Kyle Busch, and 1.6 over third place Carl Edwards. Showdown winner Kyle Larson, who won the showdown, he was running in 11th. He started 18th. Kevin Harvick at lap 21, his lead over Kyle Busch would grow to a 3.4 second lead. Logano now in fourth, chasing cousin Carl for third. 1.8 seconds between the 19 and the 22. Lap 24. However, Logano does take third, so now you got the 4, the 75, and the 22 to top 30. Green flag pit stops lap 25 and such. So then, so Logano does take the lead. I think it's lap 35. So now you got the 22 to 75, 19 top 30. Then Harvick takes third. So now it was the 22, 75, and the 4. But then Harvick drops down to 6. Edwards back up to third. But at lap 39, Logano with a 1.5 second lead over second place Kyle Busch. Lap 40 starts the last 10 of the first segment. But now Keselowski and Kyle Busch fighting for third. The number 2 Ford does take third. Lap 42. So now it was the 22, the 19, and the 2. Logano, Carl Edwards now second. Keselowski now third. Edwards does take the lead, and then pits. No, anyway, Edwards does take the lead. Keselowski up second. Logano third. But then the rest of the top 3 pit. Then Jay McMurray is in front. Actually, no. Jay McMurray brings out question, the first and only question of segment 1. There's actually 2 big wrecks, but this one wasn't really. He just spins. McMurray spinning it in turn 2, just from the outside down to the apron, down right rear. Kenseth held back a lap. Something about those tires, pitting issue, and this is what happened. And I thought it was at the end, but no, I'm mistaken. There was a question that did come out, and this was the question. I thought it was at the end of the segment. This was when Kenseth got held that lap back. But the first segment ends. Okay, Carl Edwards is in the lead at the end of segment 1. Then segment 2, the green flag would drop at 10:55. Okay, and let's see. All right. I wrote a bunch of notes on here, but Kyle Larson. I did remember notes. Question 2 comes out lap 5. This was a weeper at turn 2. Water, which comes, sometimes you get a little bit of water dripping comes out from underneath the outside wall. And so then the restart was lap 22. Okay, Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, Kurt Busch, top 3. Keselowski, Busch, Keselowski, and the Bushes. You had the 2 to 8, the 75, which is normally the 18, and the 41. Then you had that multi-car wreck where Tony Stewart banged up good, hit the wall, and got clipped by another car. There was a bunch of cars getting hit. What happened was the 24, Chase Elliott, his car starts fishtailing. A couple lengths back, however, you had a bunch of cars. It was the 14, the 20, the 6, and the 5. They get into trouble. Now, the 24 of Chase Elliott did not make contact with any of these cars. So the 20, the 14, the 6, and the 5, this is what occurred a few lengths back. Now, Chase Elliott did get some damage from this one. The big damage, though, was Tony Stewart. So the 20 into the 14, and the 14 is sandwiched between the 20 and the wall. A bunch of others got collected. Question comes out. The restart will be lap 31 or lap 81. Okay, it was actually lap 31 of segment 2, lap 81 for the whole entire race. Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch still in the top 3. Kyle Busch does take the lead. Keselowski down to second. Kurt Busch up to third. Another round of green flag pit stops. Kyle Busch gets popped going too fast on pit road. Keselowski, Larson, Hamlin top 3 after these pit stops. 2:42 in the 11. Kyle Busch has to serve a pass through, which kind of messes you up. Then Kyle Larson was up in the lead. Keselowski in second, Dale Jr. running third. So now you got the 42, the 22, and the 88 at lap 44. That ends segment 2. Kyle Larson in the lead for that one. All right. And then it was the 13 lap shootout. Top 3 of the going in into the dropping of the green flag, which was at 11:49. Somehow Jimmy Johnson got in front. All right, so it was Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch, and Truex Jr. the top 3 at the start of the 13 lap shootout. And Kyle Larson takes the lead though pretty quick. Logano up to second, Dale Jr. up to third. Kyle Larson's getting pretty good all of a sudden, and I keep my eye out on him. 42, 22, double 8, top 3, lap 2 of the shootout segment, which was actually lap 102 for the whole race. Bumping and running for the 6 and the 42, Trevor Bayne and Kurt Busch. 41 Kurt Busch. Keselowski up to third. So top 3, lap 7 was 42, 22, and 2. And then you had Logano in the front. Then that was it. So white flag flies at 112, 113. Seal the deal. Logano, Keselowski, Dale Jr., the top 3. But I want to go right into the trucks because the trucks was a good race. I actually like the trucks, actually. I know I said it plenty of times, but I do like the truck. So let's get right into this. We're gonna take a break. Now we'll skip the break and we'll just go into the truck race. So it was the North Carolina Education Lottery 200, 134 lap schedule. William Byron was on the outside, the pole sitter, the number 9 Toyota. Starting second was Spencer Gallagher in the 23 Chevy, and starting third, Ben Kennedy in the 33 Chevy. Johnny Sauter in the 21 Chevy starts fourth, and Kyle Busch starts fifth in the 18 Toyota. No rain at this point of the day, but the clouds were there. Okay, but rain wasn't really an issue at all on Saturday. Dover truck winner Matt Crampton in the 88 Toyota started 17th, and he would be the winner. Green flag drops at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, William Byron controls the lead off the start of Saturday's race. Byron, Reddick, and it was William Byron, Tyler Reddick, and Daniel Hemrick the top 3. 9, 29, and 19. Lap 2 into lap 3. Johnny Sauter then takes third. So now you got Byron, Reddick, and Sauter top 3. 9, 21, and 21 respectively. Byron at lap 7 had a 1.3 second lead over second place Tyler Reddick. Caution clock not on at the beginning of this race because there was actually a scheduled competition caution, which was scheduled for lap 25. A caution came out right before that, so they made that the competition caution. So that would be at lap 23. All right, so lap 23, Andy Sues, driving the number 1 truck, spins into the infield wall. Now, it was actually the FDNY truck. It had FDNY on the side there.